Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew Kurian. I am a hematologist and oncologist at St. Elizabeth's Cancer Center in Edgewood, Kentucky. I'm also an assistant professor of medicine at the University of Kentucky College of Medicine. I'm joined by a great colleague and friend, Jacob Adashek, who is a second-year oncology fellow at Sidney Kimmel Comprehensive Cancer Center, Johns Hopkins Hospital. Thanks for joining us, Jacob.
Oh, thank you very, very much. Yeah, as Matt said, my name is Jacob Adashek. I'm a medical oncology fellow at Johns Hopkins Hospital here in Baltimore, Maryland.
Perfect. And today we're going to discuss Cancer Genetics 101.
Let's dive into it.
So this is our outline for today. So we're going to discuss what are the different types of genes involved in cancer care, what next generation sequencing is, and how this test can be used in cancer care, and what's really the cost associated with it as well. So let's start out, Jacob. So, I think that this is something that we talk about a lot. What is a gene and why does it matter in cancer care itself?
Yeah, I think, this is a really salient topic, especially now with, what we're going to get into next generation sequencing and, just our ability scientifically to really understand your individual cancer, right? So what is a gene? So in our body, right, in what we found out through the Human Genome Project, as displayed on the right, about 20 years ago or so, there are 20,000 different genes in our genome, and they all have different functions. It's essentially the blueprint of your body, right? And
Right.
sometimes these can go awry, and that's what leads to different cancers, is when these, genes that are being copied over time and replicated make a mistake. These mistakes can accumulate, and that's what can drive somebody's cancer.
And there are different types of genetic mutations that we talk about, within cancer care. And I think this is an important topic to sort of discuss with our patients, because I think when we're talking to our patients, we're talking about genetic mutations. And I think the first thing that pops into a patient's mind is, oh, is this something that can be passed down, to my kids, to my grandkids, things like that. And I think that we need to make this sort of distinction, when we're talking about genetic mutations with patients. So, there are two types of genetic mutations that we talk about. One is called a somatic mutation. And what I mean by that is that it is a mutation that cannot be inherited. So you can't pass it down from, mom and dad to son and daughter and things like that. It can't be inherited. These are mutations that occur for various different reasons within the cancer itself. And this is what leads to a lot of different cancers as well as these mutations. This is very different than what we call a germline mutation. You may hear, your oncologist talk about germline testing, and what that is talking about really is a mutation that can be inherited, or a small percentage of cancers. The most common one that I think is well known is the BRCA gene, and really common in breast cancer that I think a lot of people hear about. This is an example of a potential germline mutation, and these are genetic mutations that can be passed down from one family member to another, essentially. And as I sort of talked about, these are, the majority of cancers are really caused by these somatic mutations or non-inheritable mutations. And again, they occur for a variety of different reasons, essentially. And the smaller percentage of cancers are those germline inheritable mutations.